Is everyone able to see?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So this is Nicky Rod versus Gordon Ryan. I think it's 2022 ADCCs. I think this is the finals. Um, if anyone like cares about like the drama stuff, I think this is after the Danaher split. So this is Nicky Rod from B team, I guess, at this point, and then Gordon with New Wave. And we'll just get started. So getting started, Gordon is strategically going to get taken down to avoid the penalty. I think at this time, Nicky Rod was big into the body lock passing, so I think that would be his preferred method to engage and start passing. Gordon Ryan is going to do a great job of kind of negating that. He's always staying to one hip and never like letting himself get flattened out, so Nicky can't really engage that way. And then he's also going to be applying all the pressure, even though he's on bottom. He's always kind of gripping it and kind of looking for some leg entanglement. And I don't know if it's because he's Gordon Ryan or or just the pressure that he's applying. But Nicky Rod, like you'll see through the match that he seems really hesitant. So like here he looks like he's just trying to get out. And even when he's trying to come into passes in his position, he's leaving a bunch of space. And you'll see that in a second. So this is Gordon. Just he's the one applying all the pressure. And then this is kind of where I'm talking about. Oops, make that bigger. Um, you know, Nicky's trying to come into a passing position, but he's so far away that I feel like it would be hard to kind of pass from this position like that low. And then Gordon is also doing a good job with his knee shield, playing it at multiple levels. He's always kind of threatening the elevation and getting into leg entanglements. And Nicky just doesn't seem comfortable to me. And again, I don't know if that's because he's Gordon Ryan or if he's just kind of negating the style that Nicky wants to play. So here, Gordon again, off on his side. He's starting to work towards an arm drag. You can see his bottom side getting the underhook, and then you'll see his top side arm coming through right there. So he has like the threat of an arm drag, and I think this is getting Nicky really worried. If he can get a sweep or just like a
Test.
different type of entanglement from here. And this is kind of Gordon's first real attachment and threat. So he threatens there, and then he's able to hold on when Nicky's trying to step out. You can see right here, he's holding on with his leg still, but he's also able to catch above the knee line to stay attached to the leg. So from here, he's still kind of keeping that knee shield position, but he starts inverting. He gets a good look at the back, but Nicky is starting to push down on this top leg. Um, I, from here, the back and leg entanglements kind of they play off each other really well. I think, if Nicky didn't have this ankle grip, he could have inserted the crab hook. But since he does have the ankle grip, he's able to pummel his leg through and then start reaping. And I picked this because this is like a position that TJ was going over recently. I just thought it was cool to kind of see it in a live high level match. And then so the thing with I don't know what the position is called. It's kind of like that saddle, except Nicky's this leg is on the outside instead of inside. But I think what's cool is that when Gordan's reaping and he goes to figure for his feet, he catches Nicky's other leg, so he can't really roll out either. So right now Gordan is figure four locked around Nicky's left leg. He has that right leg locked up in there too. And so right here it's kind of like just a matter of time. Nicky's doing a good job of trying to fight the heel exposure with the ballerina toes. Um, and then here you can really, this is where you see that Gordan also captured the his other leg. So ideally, he would be able to try to roll out of here and free the knee line. But since both of his legs are captured, it's really just kind of the beginning of the end. So Gordan is going to go belly down and start digging. So you get a really good view right about here. So you can see belly down, he's got his shoulder and head on the mat. And then with this bottom arm, he's really just digging for the heel. Gets it. And then right here, you can see the heel. He's got a great grip. Nicky is not able to roll out or fight it anymore. That's it. So I just thought that was a really cool technical performance, and I enjoyed the way that Gordan was applying like all the pressure from just bottom, just by kind of throwing stuff out there and different grips and poking and prodding with the legs. But yeah, that was it.
Yeah, nice breakdown, Andrew. I mean, I remember watching this live, and I thought similarly, like he Nicky Rod was, I don't know if he was playing scared. He was playing way too passively, I thought, and just kept just trying to disengage and needed to. I think he was a bit fearful of
Yeah,
getting too far within into Gordan, which really actually just opened him up for more of these attacks. And something that I had mentioned during this morning's class was you're kind of monitoring their body. You touched upon
hmm
this here, but him standing upright, okay, well, that's maybe even look at the back, but his upper body's away. So what's available? His legs are available to start entangling there. So that's what Gordan's looking for there. If he kind of started that by almost looking like he potentially was going to snap down or butterfly sweep. Nicky starts standing. Okay, well, his legs are exposed now. So now he's going to start looking to entangle the legs and start moving into these type of attacks. But yeah, very, very difficult position to get out of there, of course. But I mean, Nicky, once the legs start getting tangled, he looked just completely helpless. Like that was
yeah,
again, I was surprised. I was like, oh wow, this is like such a big match coming up, and it's like, wow, he's like nowhere close to Gordon's level.
yeah.
I
I
think they've
know they
had
had like
closer matches since then, but like
yeah,
this was like
yeah.
really a strong performance by Gordon.
Yeah, I know they had the close match. I think he had like a really good toehold on Gordan at one point in another match. But yeah, I thought this was really cool because like as a guard player, I always feel like I'm more like reacting, and just to kind of see
Mm.
Gordan able to actually put the pace on Nicky from the bottom position is really cool for me to see.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Cool. When you were talking, Andy, about him like kind of keeping back, and he was down in that on his knees and keeping his legs
Mhm.
away. Um, that's again, like Dan was saying, that's kind of the common thing for someone who's worried about leg entry. Excuse me, leg entries, and obviously he knows that Gordan playing on a side like this is what he's trying to get into is his leg entries. So by keeping your legs away from him, he can't get there. Um, but you guys are both right. There was a lot of passivity off of Nicky. I mean, it's a big stage, but that's the point of this. If you watch
Yeah.
anybody who, a lot of times you see it in the nogi, even in IBJJF, you'll see the people who play the adult division. They'll play differently than they would with gi, you
Mhm.
know, because the legs are in play. But if you watch people who get caught up by like Helena, um, the women are starting to understand that they just can't go in there and do positional jiu-jitsu. They have to really be concerned about the legs because she's become quite a menace, just like
She's a
Gordan.
killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what when you were saying that, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of the play you have to, and you really have to crunch everything down on Gordon's side to prevent him.
So I guess if I could ask you a question, like when Nicky's here and he's kind of hunkered down, like what would be his next move? Because it just seems like he's too far to try to like
Yeah, that
guess. And it's
that frame that Gordon has with his right hand is also keeping him down. So
yeah.
Nicky's looking to climb, but Gordon's got a straight arm right there, and that's a common thing that happens now where you see people who play this is kind of like a half guard position, or knee shield is kind of a half guard position because you can see one leg is in between the other
Mhm.
two legs. And so the idea here is to obviously put pressure on that top leg. So you're kind of doing like you're folding them in half and then
Yeah, like the
climbing.
snatch pass
But what
almost.
most people do when they play half guard is they kind of pull that person into them, which is exactly what the top person wants.
Mhm.
They dive under to grab the leg. They go to attack the kimura, which brings you closer to your end much sooner. That's one of those things, and I only know that because I had to talk with Matt about this, of me doing competition and getting into this position, which is one of my favorite positions right here, is knee shield. But not jumping on the kimura, which is another favorite part of my half guard, is the kimura because you're pulling them into where they want to be, which is chest over chest, and Gordon is
Mhm.
keeping a frame there. What he wants to do is he wants him to elevate. He wants to elevate him a little bit. This is also a bit of like a stalling position. If you get into some of the stuff, being postured down like this, a person's kind of stalling and looking to pressure pass versus being upright when they want to, they're going to take the outside kind of thing. So I don't look at so much of the techniques. I just kind of like look at the structures of thing. And here Gordon is keeping him from trying to get the pressure, the body locking, and he's trying to get his legs closer to him, developing. So if you continue to play, you can kind of let it play for a little bit again.
Yep. Like
Yeah,
playing like different levels of that knee shield.
yeah. So now he realizes he's going to stay away from him. So now he's going to do that hip heist, like Dan was talking about. He wants to come up and attack his head. So now he's got that dilemma going of head legs, head legs, head legs.
Right. Okay.
What do you see, Dan?
I mean, I think the other thing with this is that obviously this is a 20-minute match, so there is a strong portion that you have to conserve your energy throughout it. You can't. It's not like Nicky can just go in here like a wild animal and Bert gas himself out in 1 minute and then have to face strong offensive counterattacks from Gordon. So that is something that he tactically needed to think through, but I don't think that he necessarily had the best strategy here. Like he was defending in positions where he should have found a way to be more offensive. So Gordon, like sometimes your best defense is like a strong offense, right?
Yeah.
And not saying that he had to go as hard as he could to try to secure a pass there, but that entire interaction there, Gordon was the one like almost jabbing him like a boxer the entire time, and Nicky's just defending this jab, even though he's in top position.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually that he just starts opening up. Like even here, he's opened up. Gordon, I think Gordon would be fine right now. Okay, he's off the top of me now. I can just lay back down. There's no pressure on me at all. And there wasn't really any threat at all from Nicky this entire match. Anytime Gordon threatened anything, it was stuff like that, just running away. There was nothing at all that was kind of keeping Gordon put Gordon at any threat at all, where he was like, all right, I need to shell up in defense and really defend this. It was very loose defensive posture from Gordon, constantly peppering some offense until he eventually got that. And I think that's part of it too, is you have to find ways to generate offense, and at times that is your best defense. It's like they're not going to be able to attack you then if they're having to respond to you first.
Right,
And I don't think that Nicky really did that at all throughout this entire match.
He looked like in the match. He looked like he was looking for one specific thing, which was obviously, like Andy said, to get his body lock pass, and he felt comfortable with that one kind of not one trick pony thing, but kind of one trick pony thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To get into that body pass, and then and when you couldn't get there because Gordan had great frames. I mean, you look at him right in this position right here. His structure is like really really good because I mean he's got that arm out for a post. Nicky can't flatten him back. That's where he wants to. Yeah, Nicky wants to, or he should be thinking about putting his back flat. But anytime he did, Gordan would shoot the legs to create a threat of entering in the legs. So yeah, Nicky he's very single minded. You can tell he's kind of single minded here, getting that pass.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it just seems like he's like, yeah, this is what I'm doing, and
right.
if he can't get there, there's no like plan B to pivot.
Where was this match in? Because this is also a bracket system. So where was this match in terms of the bracket?
I
Yeah,
think
I'm
this is
not
the champion.
sure. It's the final.
Yeah, I think this is the final.
Oh, was it really? Wow, I don't remember
Yeah.
I don't remember that well, but
Yeah, it was the final. I mean, the other thing is too is like if you watch Nicky, just push play here, just watch him approach the guard. I'm pretty sure it's like all very much just straight on. There was no like countering side to side, trying to flank him to get Gordan to have to open up in different ways and then diving in for the body lock.
mhm.
Like it was very much just like, I'm just walking straight into you. I'm just walking straight into you. And that's easy. I mean, you want to be trying to, yeah, I mean, he's kind of moving side to side, but still not really. He's still just
He's
square
just
into him,
walking
and then he'll
around,
drop
right?
down. So you need to find ways to create an angle to get your opponent to have to open and then drop in on this. And a lot of it was just square on. He dropped in square on there. That's
Yeah,
not really an effective strategy to attack anyone.
that's like
You
when
want to
people.
find these angles.
Yeah, it's like when people drop in, they escape a closed guard or they escape a guard of some sort, and then they willingly go back into someone's closed guard. It's like, what are you doing? That's, I think we get used to doing that in class where we, get down and you see a lot. I see a lot of people doing it in competition. I see people who come in for open mats. They just kind of drop into this position where they think they feel comfortable, but the other person feels comfortable too right there because there's nothing. They're all in alignment. All that structure that Gordan has right here on your side. This is probably the strongest position he can have, and that then he's got that right arm frame, and he's got his legs in there. There's way too much to happen here. This is worse than closed guard. Yeah, you know. So it's like Dan's saying, it's just a wild strategy to come in like this. And not only that is everybody knows Gordan is like he's slow to move around. He doesn't respond real quick. And Nicky is like lightning in a bottle. He should be using his speed here, but he totally slowed down and he let Gordan do like what I do to people. You lull them into a false sense of security and you slow their momentum down because you're old or you're wise or you're whatever. And Nicky totally went for that. He was like it was comfort, like being cradled by like a little baby, like a father or something.
Is Nicky's left hand around his bottom thigh?
Yeah, it's kind of like in that dogfight position where he weaves it in between the legs.
Okay.
So yeah, he's over the top leg with his shoulder pushing down, and then his hand is cupping the thigh of Gordan.
Got
And,
it.
and typically, what you want to do here is you want to try to control Gordan's left hand with kind of what that I forget what kind of grip we call that, but um, it's just usually kind of grabbing the grip with your thumb up in the air, and then you can have more passing. But Gordan's not giving him that hand, so
Hmm.
yeah, this is right now they're both on the same plane too, so like there's no force being driven into Gordan right now. Nicky could posture up. If you ever gone against Ben will have his butt up in the air and he'll be driving his shoulder into your leg. Like it'll be like a triangle almost. And here Nicky is on the same plane, so any force that he does is just going straight and it's not really putting any weight on him. So he's flattened out. I mean, look how wide his feet are. his knees are wide. It's just there's no threat for Gordan here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Paul. Like he should at least be probably up on 1 foot, driving his left shoulder down,
Yeah.
which would better pin that top leg, and then that would also give him some more mobility. Right now, he's not even mobile. He's,
Yeah.
he's pretty much just like a